My dad and mom had a farm, and I've been raised there. And that farm had a farmhouse with a living room and a kitchen. And the living room was only used on Sundays after church or when my parents had visitors. And then they went to the living room, and we were not allowed over there, so things were discussed that we was not for our ears. And in the kitchen, we had a large table, 10 seats around it. We had a place where my mom prepared the food, and we had a stove. The stove was in the center of the room. That was my mom's domain. And that stove was using roughly 20 cubic meters wood per year. My mom did all the heating, the heating of the water, the food, the coffee, everything was prepared. The bread was baked in the oven, in the wood stove. So we need a lot of wood. At the back side of our farm, we had a wood shed, and that contained roughly 120 cubic meters of wood. We had dry wood, 20 cubic meters, then we had 20 cubic meters for dry wood, also for something what if. Most of the time after the winter, my dad was selling that to the neighbors. And then we had 3 years old, 2 years old, and 1 years old wood, and then we had the fresh wood. The forestry was bringing every year behind us on the yard, roughly 20, 25 cubic meter of fresh wood, and it was laying as trees in the yard. When people were coming and they saw that immense woodshed, they were always asking, wow, who's doing that? Who did all the work? And then my father said, well, my wife is doing that. And then they were asking, man, that takes a lot of time. That is a lot of work, isn't it? How much time does it take? And then my father said, smiling, oh, 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day? Yes, 15 minutes a day. And this is how it works. In the morning, 8:05, just after the weather channel, my mother walked outside with a wheelbarrow, an axe, and a chainsaw. With the chainsaw, she chopped off just enough for the wheelbarrow. Then she took the wheelbarrow to the woodshed, chopped the wood with the axe. When that was finished, she took everything with her and went back into the farm, back to the kitchen because my father had to have his breakfast at 8:25. So then she was just on time to have everything ready and pour him the coffee. That is how my mother built consistency. She did it with everything, but this is a great example to see how you can build consistency.